I'm really loving this informational series of videos I recorded with Ray Outfitted, professional van builders from Ontario, Canada. Today we get the chance to sit down and talk with Madison about hot water heating systems and sinks inside of your van build.
Hey guys, I'm Madison from Ray Outfitted. I'm going to be here today with Chrome to talk about hot water. Do you even need a sink? Do you want to know? Let's find out. So Rainer and I have been living in this Sprinter for 19 months now, 85,000 kilometers of travel, and we have full sink. We recently added 12-volt hot water tank, so we have a pretty robust water system. It has filtration, it has all of that. But a really common question is, do I need hot water? Or when I hear people say, I need to have hot water, it's a really important thing to discuss. Because my honest opinion, you don't have to have a sink. You don't have to have a hot water tank. You don't have to have a water filtration system. There's people that choose to use individual water filtration systems for their drinking water. There's lots of different options. The reality is, when we are sitting in a household mindset, that brick and mortar house, when we talk about not having hot water, when your hot water tank breaks, you have frigid water coming out of your tap that's hard to use. The reality for van builds, it's room temperature water for most people because the water tanks are inside your vehicle. And so what that means is, for dishes, for washing your hair, for whatever you're going to be doing, that room temperature water is totally sufficient. For me, my big recommendation is, if you're going to have a sink, have a gray water tank. Actually have somewhere to hold it so you aren't just dumping on the ground. It's a big optics thing. It's also, if you're going to stay in one place for a while off grid, it gets pretty nasty for you personally, and it attracts animals to your rig, and nobody wants that. But honestly, people go really nuts on how big of a system you need to have. And hopefully Chrome will pop in and give you some of his opinions on no sink and all of that simplicity. Because honestly, I'm sitting here with this system telling you it's totally fine not to have it. It's certainly an absolute luxury when you do have it, but you won't miss it. Unless Chrome's about to video you and you haven't showered in a while and you really want to rinse your hair.
I think that's happened between us once before.
Maybe.
On your van tour, she was just telling me the story that she was like, oh, this is so gross. So many days no shower. I don't even want to tell you how many days it's been. It was dirtbag status. If anyone knows what that means, it was dirtbag status. So do you really need a sink?
No.
How often do you use your sink?
Well, I use it every day.
For what? Do you fill it up full of water, wash your dishes?
We have never filled the sink with water to wash dishes in that conventional
Then
sense.
What's the point of having a sink?
You don't have to have one, is seriously my opinion. I think it surprises people considering the system. Hopefully Chrome will give you some B-roll of the beefy system we have in there. But the reality is you don't have to have it. Depending on your travel style, depending on your cooking style, depending on your lifestyle, you will or will not need it. The concept of going on a trip, thinking about it, trying out your rig without it is really helpful, because you'll actually get a sense of what you need to do. Are you making fun of how short I am right now?
No, I just seem very tall in this shot.
Here, would you like me on my tiptoes?
I'm just looking at the shot. I'm like, am I standing too far?
No, I'm just really short. And this is another great van life hack. If you want to live in a van, be much smaller. So you can will that into existence. Right?
All right, so we all know I've been in my van for over 2 years now, and I don't have a sink. There hasn't been a single moment on my travels where I've been like, man, I can't do this anymore. I need a sink in my van. Never once. Well, how do you live in your van, Chrome, without a sink? You just live without a sink. I remember my life in my apartment. What did I ever put in my sink? Nothing. Empty beer cans. What did I do in the sink? So for me, when it came to the van, because I didn't build my van out originally, I lived in it in a basic bare plastic built van built from cheap stuff. But I lived in it simple, so I kind of got to know in my first year that I don't have a need for a sink. So if I need to do dishes, I fill a pot up with some water and some soap, and I do it out of that pot.
Some of the people we've met, there's collapsible bins you can get. So collapse it, make it for easy storage, pop it up, warm water up on the stove if you need to have warm water, and you can wash dishes in that. Honestly, you can wash your hair in that if you needed to.
And that's
the cost it saves. It can skip so much complexity in a van build. for DIYers that don't have the plumbing confidence.
Or the space.
So good to know that it is a real option. Don't live by the hashtag, don't live by this must be a tiny home and it must have all of these things. Actually gets what's right for you. For us in our rig, we put the 12-volt hot water tank in, honestly, because we like being our guinea pig for our own clients, and so many were asking for them.
Let me show you my sink. Here's my sink. This is the step you step up on to get into your van. So here's my sink. Problem solved, right? The key to this is to park somewhere where your van is parked on an angle outwards, like if you're on the side of any city street, not like, but the only thing I ever run here is water. You should wash my hands right quick. And if I am doing dishes, I simply just boil up a little bit of water, put a bit of soap in it, do my dishes that way. Easy peasy. Let's go take a look at their, what you call it? Monstrosity of a setup.
I don't think I used that word. So this is a Ray outfitted system. This was our first. Our clients have all the better stuff because we're our own guinea pig. And that's a big piece of what we offer at Ray Outfitted. But we have two 15-gallon water tanks. Why two? It was just getting the right space for ours. So fit it into the space you have. So these are our fresh water tanks. This is the water filtration, two-step water filtration system. The water pump, fun tip for anyone. Suspending your water pump, you can see it just dangles here, reduces the noise you hear from these pumps. So by just dangling it, it's not mounted on wood and it's not vibrating and making a lot of noise. And then this puppy is a Marine 12-volt 300-watt hot water tank. So I think it's 3 gallons. And so this is something we just added in recently. Honestly, I think we're 4 months in and I think I've turned it on 5 times. I don't want to do the cost conversion of what that is per time I've used hot water. And that's part of why we wanted to do this video for you guys with Chrome, is to talk about, you think you need this stuff. I promise you it's not a necessity for everyone. You can still live your very best van life without it. But for those that are building mobile homes on wheels, or whatever Chrome wants to call me now, these systems are how you get all those creature comforts. If you can have it all, you just don't need it. Ultimately, hot water, no hot water, sink, no sink, plumbing, no plumbing. It's your choice. If you are looking in some of these bigger systems and you're looking for resources, we at Ray Outfitted offer telephone consultations. Wherever you are, we can give you a call. We can walk you through systems. And we also travel coast to coast in Canada doing installs. And there's great resources online if you're looking to DIY it. FarOutRide.com, Explorist Life, ParkedInParadise.com. All are great DIY resources if you're wanting to do this yourselves. Have a great time on the road, guys.
Well, now you heard it from somebody who's living in a beautifully converted van with all the creature comforts you could ever dream of in one beautiful rolling home. You don't need all that crazy fancy stuff to get started. Start with what you've got, start with what you can afford, and just get out there and start living your best life. Keep it simple, you guys, and I will see you all on the next one.